This is not rocket science. We know exactly what we can do and what we should be doing. Please wear a mask. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. I often myself wear 2 masks.
There's an email from you concluding I do not recommend that you wear a mask.
Everybody should be wearing a mask when they're outside. People should not be walking around with masks. I wear a mask when I'm outside. You don't need a mask when you're outside. Wear a mask at all times when you're outside. So even if you are vaccinated, you should wear a mask. If you are vaccinated, you do not need to wear a mask.
Dr. Fauci, thank you for your clarity.
If you wear masks, you can decrease the likelihood of transmitting or acquiring COVID-19 by 50, 60, 70, maybe 80%.
He said masks work at the margins, maybe 10%.
You're a master communicator.
Wear a mask all the time, consistently, when you're outside. It's not like I always wear one. Always wear a mask. We do not recommend people wearing masks. Children should still wear masks. At least one mask. You don't need to be walking around with a mask. Absolutely. We should have universal wearing of masks.
Guys, we got to talk about Bill Maher going off on the so-called COVID experts. You know, the people who were consistently wrong about pretty much everything. Oh, the masks don't work first. Oh, well, the masks do work. Even the cloth masks that you can make out of a literal shirt or a scarf or whatever nonsense they said. Oh, but only the N95 masks work. Okay, well, the vaccine works. Well, it's not really a vaccine. And it doesn't protect you, but it will protect you, so go ahead and get it. Oh, but you need the booster. You know, those guys, so he's going off on those people. So if you've been around for long enough, you know that this is one of the reasons my political journey started going from Democrat to more conservative Republican, because there were so many lies perpetuated by the Democrats, and I really began to see how tribalistic some people were, because they just believed anything that the Democrats said and anything that anybody said that was, like, I guess, against vaccination or against masks. Even if it was changing information, I noticed that most people who were Democrats just went along with it. And they were like, well, the information is being updated, so it makes sense. It didn't make any sense, because that's not really how science works. You can have opinions change or get new information, but the facts are the facts are the facts. Like, there's no, the facts change. They tried to say the science changed. They said every gaslighting thing imaginable, and it was extremely annoying, and I just got tired of it, and I noticed that you just couldn't believe anything that these people said, and that they were just partisan hacks and just believe anything depending on if they said that they were a Democrat leader or if they were a Republican leader. They just disbelieved anything or tried to smear anything automatically. And eventually it even turned into people that were not notorious Democrats or Republican, even independents. Well, if you say that masks don't work or the vaccine doesn't work, then you are therefore a conservative. Okay, you're a Trump supporting, MAGA hat wearing fascist. That's kind of the logic, which never made any sense. So Bill Maher here is going off about it. Now I got to chop and screw this video because this is on his night program, Real Time with Bill Maher. So I got to chop and screw this. There's going to be some interruptions. That's just how it's got to be to avoid the copyright. It is what it is. Let's get into it. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
4 years on, I'm tired of hearing, well, we didn't know. No, we didn't. But some people guessed better than others. And the people who got it wrong don't seem to want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, it's called having actual cognitive skills and deductive reasoning. Some people were just crazy people, to be honest with you.
That now. Some people said closing schools for so long was pointless and would cause much worse collateral damage to kids, and they were right. Daily Beast ran a story with the headline, Bill Maher pushes Steve Bannon Wuhan lab conspiracy theory, which was typical of the mainstream media at the time. Of course, it wasn't a conspiracy theory. And now everyone, including the Biden administration, admits there's at least a 50-50 chance that the virus could have begun in the lab in Wuhan. Yeah, when COVID hit, we did a lot of stupid things. We washed the mail.
Wow. Is that a thing?
And ate in parking lots?
Oh,
or
yeah.
with inflatable dolls? They closed the ocean. We had to get nostril f***ed every time we left the house.
Yikes. I never took any COVID tests or any vaccines. Still here.
Must go to the beach. For the sake of all that's holy, wear a mask.
A mask on the beach?
Outside, Because the last thing you would want to do when a disease is afoot is get fresh air. So even if you've had the disease, you need a shot. Yes, some very bad ideas were embraced as the conventional wisdom. Ideas that haven't...
This for the people who, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know this, but I'm going to say it for the people who don't know. There's no such thing as something better than natural immunity when you're talking about a virus. Your body always remembers how to produce antibodies. So it may not have antibodies ready. Like if you ever wonder why you get sick for like a day or maybe feel sick just during the day, and then by the time like later on in the day you don't feel sick anymore, that's because your body already knows how to produce the antibodies. So you're going to kind of start maybe feeling sick, if that. Sometimes you don't even feel it at all, but then you'll recover very quickly. Whereas a vaccine just doesn't have the same level of potency in terms of the antibodies required to be able to catch and kill the virus like natural immunity would. It never has been that way as good as natural immunity, and it never will be.
Aged well. And a lot of the dissenting opinions that were suppressed and ridiculed at the time have proven to be correct. Bird flu was just found in a goat, which means we're just one lonely farmer from the next pandemic.
Wow. This guy, you need help, bro.
$1 trillion of free money, $280 billion of which was just flat out stolen in what the AP called the greatest grift in U.S. history, and which started an inflationary spiral that we now blame on Biden. So we're going to bring back Trump, the guy who ignored COVID like it was the dinner check?
I mean, let's keep it a buck. Nobody's saying that COVID should have been ignored, but if Trump would have did and handled things the way he wanted to handle them, then we would have had way less damage all the way till today in 2026, where you had record inflation due to Sleepy Joe. You had kids missing out on school and all kinds of different negative psychological effects happening with them. And you still had a bunch of people die from the disease anyway. You even had some people dying and having negative side effects due to the vaccination that was literally downplayed, where people try to pretend as though if somebody died from the vaccine that it didn't happen or it didn't count or it was a small percentage. I'm like, well, you could say that it was a small percentage of people that would technically die from COVID as well, based off of the overarching population. So they would use the 1% logic with a different conclusion. So if 1% of people who took the vaccine ended up dying from it, not a big deal because it's just 1%. But if 1% of people catch COVID and die from it, oh my gosh, it's the end of the freaking world. These people had no logic, guys. If 1% is bad over here, it can't be good over here. Like, these people were stupid. Nobody's saying that ignoring it was a good idea, but what we are saying is that shutting down the beaches, wearing these stupid masks all the time, shutting down the schools, not having the economy open and destroying the economy because a bunch of dumbasses didn't understand how economics works, and the fact that we literally cannot survive as a nation and a world really without an economy was just plain dumb and fraudulent, and that's why you don't let mob rule. There's a reason why we don't rely on the popular vote. Instead, we have an electoral college. And it got hella old being told you can't even go to a grocery store without wearing a mask. People couldn't even hold funerals. They had to have like these weird funerals over Zoom. It was one of the most disgusting times in our history. And I'm surprised that people aren't more disgusted by it. They literally said people couldn't leave their houses and would shoot them with rubber bullets at times if they left outside of a curfew. And they're calling this administration saying that ICE is the Gestapo. Don't forget that COVID applied to everybody in all those stupid lockdown rules. These ICE officers are just going after illegal aliens. It's amazing what people will accept when they feel like, well, we're trying to protect ourselves from this stupid virus. They're willing to accept any type of authoritarian regime and amount of stupid rules and lockdowns and literal martial law and tanks going through the streets telling people to get inside the house. But when it comes to ICE saying, hey, you got to leave our country, then all of a sudden people want to melt down and cry and say that we're a bunch of Nazis and fascists and that we have concentration camps, even though these people aren't being sent to gas chambers. They're literally being sent back home. Left-wing lunacy, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I vote conservative, as should you. These are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Big shout out to my members, Cybernoodle, 655, Bella Scott, and Carpentier John. Could not do it without you.
I can say as a public health official that I would urge the leaders, the local political and other leaders in states and cities and towns to be as forceful as possible in getting your citizenry to wear masks.
Man was removed from a SEPTA bus for not wearing a mask.
Just wear a mask.
Ohio woman tased after refusing to wear a mask.
Wear your mask.
Not wearing a mask. This is what they do to you.
Make sure you have a mask.
Where's your mask at?
Wear a mask.
Get your hand up now.
Follow the science.
The officer body slamming a woman when she refused to wear a mask.
Based purely on the science.
They were yanked out of a school board meeting after refusing to wear masks.
Wear a mask.
She's in jail over a dispute on whether or not to wear masks.
Wear a mask.
She was walking without a mask on.
Everybody should wear a mask.
She was told to wear a mask but refused.
Gotta wear a mask.
And a mother is arrested in front of her young child.
You should be wearing a mask. Be as forceful as possible.
Forced out in handcuffs.
Wear a mask.
I'm being arrested because I refuse to wear a mask.
Masks are very important.
Are you joking right now? This is America.
You should be wearing a mask.
He was tased in front of his wife and child.
Guided purely by the science.
That 66-year-old handcuffed because he didn't wear a mask.
Look at the science.
There is just no evidence that masks, make any difference, full stop.